Hi there, Luke here with episode 15 of our Eurotrip 2020 travel series, where we take you along on our journey in the summer of 2020 to the countries of France, Luxembourg, and portions of Portugal. If you've been following along thus far, you'll know that we were in the Nice area from where we last left off in episode 14. And from there, we proceeded from Nice to rent a car and head to the Gorges du Verdon area. For those of you who don't know the Gorges du Verdon, it is a beautiful canyon. In fact, it's often called the Grand Canyon of France. So definitely worth seeing if you have the opportunity. And I would say it's something that a lot of French people know about, but from what I've experienced, not a lot of non-French people seem to know what this is. So I'm hoping that by the end of this video, you will have gained an appreciation for this beautiful region of France. So let's get into it. How did we get there? We rented our car in Nice and proceeded along the Route Napoléon to the Gorge. The Route Napoléon is called this because this is the route that Napoleon took when he was in exile trying to escape authorities. This took place in the year 1815 and it spans from the city of Elba to the city of Grenoble. We didn't do the entire route, but we did do a portion of it, and it's kind of a popular scenic road trip to do in France because of its obvious historical significance, as well as it's a nice, pretty scenic drive to undertake. Along our route, what we found notable was we passed through the town of Grasse, which is a cute town if you do see it. We arrived at the outskirts of the Gorge, and we stopped at a nice little roadside cafe and shop called Le Relais des Balcons, which offers nice views and, in our case, some much needed caffeine to just enjoy and take in the beautiful area surrounding us. Across from this place, there is also some nice viewing platforms that really give you insight to how big this particular gorge is. If you want to get information about the park itself, you can go to the visitor center, which is located in the town of Aiguines. We did go here just to get some ideas of what different trails were available to us, as well as some transit options that we had in order to do them. This was more planning for the next day though, because we found that the time that we arrived in the Gorges du Verdon, we didn't really have time to do any extensive exploring. So we were mostly just kind of taking our time exploring some of the smaller attractions in this Gorge area. One place we did stop was at the Lac de Sainte Croix, which is a nice lake. Just you can go on boats or you can just enjoy just sitting on the beach, which is what we did. We just wanted to relax and take it easy after some of the scenic driving that we had done and just enjoy the lake atmosphere. We proceeded to our Airbnb, which was in the area called La sur Verdon, which is a beautiful area. Particularly the property that we were on had really nice, stunning views of the area, and it was just a really tranquil, calm, relaxing place to spend the night. The following morning, we proceeded to get some nice early morning views at Point Sublime. Point Sublime is near where a lot of people finish off their hike for the Blanc Martel trail. We were thinking about doing the Blanc Martel hike, but we did find that it can be a bit of a long hike to do, and you do have to coordinate it with some buses because it starts and finishes in a different place. And we just decided that we did not want to spend our entire day doing that, and we decided that we were happy just doing it at our own pace, exploring the Gorge. This was especially a consideration for us because we had a 3-hour drive back to Nice to do that evening, so we really didn't want to use our entire day to do this hike. But from what we've heard, it really is quite a great hike, so if that is something you would like to do, from what we've heard, it's a great option to do in the Gorges du Verdon. We found the Point Sublime was simply great though, even without doing the hike itself, and we just loved exploring some of the different vantage points you could get around this area of the gorge. After we parked the car, we proceeded to the Lizard Trail. The Lizard Trail can be easily accessed directly from the parking lot and gives you access to Point Sublime, and this really offers some staggering views of the Gorge. We especially loved it at this time of day with the views of the sun peeking through the mountains in the distance. We walked along the edge around here and just really enjoyed having a little picnic breakfast with these views. If you know anything about us, you know we love nothing more than a picnic with a beautiful view, and this certainly checked all those boxes. After breakfast, we drove a short distance to the entrance of the Tunnel du Baou. This is a nice little walk that you can do alongside the river as well as through some dark tunnels. So if you do go, be sure to bring your phone or a flashlight to light the way. We started our drive back to Nice, and we decided to do a slightly different route than before, and we drove through the town of Castellane. While driving, we actually decided at the last minute that we wanted to visit the fortified city on top of a hill called Entrevaux. I am going to save that though for the next video because there is a lot that I want to cover about that area. So stay tuned for that in our next video. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And stay tuned for our next video, which will feature the town of Entrevaux, as well as Monaco and Menton. So stay tuned for that. See you at our next video. Bye.